Hey, it's Doug. So this little thing is a Rabbit R1 and it was released a few years ago and was absolutely panned because the software was terrible. But the idea is that it's an AI assistant and you can press this button on the side and you can scroll on things and it's got a camera here, etc. Anyway, they updated the software and it's pretty good, but it's still not as good as stock Android. So I installed stock Android on it. So Android is Android. You know what Android looks like. But you can do some really cool stuff with it. So this button at the side, the push to talk, which I'll just refer to as PTT, you can install, things like Gemini and Perplexity and Claude and then just talk to it. So, hello, how are you doing?
Doing well, thanks for asking. How are things going with you? Is there something you'd like to work on today?
Yes, that's Claude. There we go. And then I'm using the Niagara launcher, which looks pretty cool. And I've changed the font size to be a bit smaller. I've got Molly, which allows you to use Signal across lots of different devices. I've got the Play Store, books, etc. And it runs Firefox quite well. Some apps will refuse to run on it. So, for example, I use Plex quite a lot, and Plex AMP just will not load on it. But there's always other apps, right? So Sinfonium also connects to my Plex server and allows me to play things. It's got GPS in here. I can Chromecast stuff, etc. So I guess what I'm saying is that Android on this is really, really nice. At the moment, I'm just using the scroll wheel for sound. I can turn the camera on if I do that. Hang on, camera. There we go. Come on, Doug. Press the right buttons. Camera. There we go. So you can see the camera. And actually, that camera doesn't show up so well. So I installed Open Camera. Open Camera kind of goes a bit more full screen. So there you go. You can see I can take pictures. If I get my fat fingers out of the way, and I can switch to selfie mode. So basically, it works really well. And you might be thinking, well, okay, cool, but that's a 4 GB of memory, 128 GB of storage device. What on earth am I going to use that for? But what I found it really useful for is just times when I don't really want to be on my phone, but I might want to ask AI a question, or I want to play music or something like that. So yeah, I'm just messing about with it at the moment. How did I install Android on it? Well, I asked an LLM to do it for me. And first it installed Android 13, but then I installed Android 14 using something called LineageOS. I installed it via my Mac. I think it would have been easier via Linux. And so basically, when I've previously done this kind of thing, it's been a lot of trial and error and manual typing in of stuff. With an LLM, it just does it. You plug in the USB cable and it gets on with it and does it. So as Tom Watson said when I showed this to him, the hard thing now is not doing this kind of thing. The hard thing now is knowing that this kind of thing is possible. So here's me showing you that this kind of thing is possible. Cheers for now.